we went with an adoption focus because we wanted to go down this route. For us, I would rather take the risk of having the attachment broken if it was in the best interest of the baby, rather than having a baby having a broken attachment from a foster carer. So I can rationalise and understand the reasons why, but a small child couldn't. So that's why we wanted to do this, take the hit instead of the baby. Really straightforward. We had all the information that we needed and the training, and our adoption focused social worker went through it with us. Then we had the initial meeting with the local authority that we would be working with, and we just had a form to fill in monthly, and there was help on hand to ask questions whenever we needed to. To be honest, I didn't know that there would be so many court dates, but that was probably for the best, because I just sort of let the legal side do its thing and we just concentrated on being a family. And it took longer than I anticipated, but we were supported the whole way. And our adoption focus social worker, she was like a therapist at the time, so that helped us going through it. For us, I put my faith in adoption focus Family Finder. I didn't want to view profiles, and I didn't want to go on Linkmaker. We didn't want to go on Linkmaker. The part of the reason being is that I would have wanted all the children. So it just seemed better to leave it to the professionals to match us, because a photo and a little write-up on a profile, I would struggle with making a decision when looking at various different children. So I just left it to the Family Finder to do it for us, and she came up trumps. Glad we did it that way. The admin side was actually really easy. We just filled in a form once a month. There were mileage forms for contact, but we actually had very little contact. We had one contact at the start, and by the time the placement order was made 8 months later, we had another contact. So other than that, we just got on with being a family, and that was hard, being new parents, but no different to other new parents, so it was fine, really. It was actually easier than anticipated. I think we had less to do than I thought we would. Our adoption focused social worker was very much a therapist, a source of information throughout the process, and we were in regular contact with her. Part of that being to just clarify parts of the process, and just for moral support in general. Also just legal processes on the internet I did keep looking back to, just to check what was happening. And also, even though you are the foster carer and you don't have any legal rights as parents, we still ask questions to the authority social worker, and even calling up the court to find out about waiting times and that sort of thing. And everyone was really helpful. It was The delays were frustrating, but it was during lockdown, so you just had to put up with it. And in the meantime, we just got on with being a family, so and that was the good part. Because we had such little contact, it wasn't a massive effort for us. The first time we took and left him, it was quite hard. We didn't see birth parents then, but for the final contact, there was 2 separate ones for birth mum and birth dad, and I did meet with them and speak to them, and actually that was really beneficial, because we have something good to give him for his life story, and I can say that I met them and talk about them with him, and I think that's a really good thing. Also, we have photos of him with them for that, and that's nice to add into his life story too. The positives are definitely that we were able to build that bond with him from as early a point as possible, and we have no attachment issues. He's very well bonded with us and the cat and all his extended family, and he's a really happy little boy. And I think that we can tell him about all the things that he might want to ask questions about when he was a baby. We're able to give him the answers and show him the photos, and I think for him it just gives him really well embedded roots in our family, and I think us taking a bit of a risk is completely outweighed by the benefits of him being so well bonded with us all. Just go for it. As a parent, you'll be wanting to do anything that you can for your children, and being with them from an earlier point, and starting to build that relationship and being with them for every step of the way is worth it. There is a small chance they might be returned to their birth family, but I think, if you were having your own children, there'd be problems and issues that you might be dealing with. Just get on with being a family and start enjoying it, and stop thinking about the potential maybes. Just, that's why you're a parent, to look after and nurture the child, so just do the best you can. That's why because when we were doing our training, and very much I thought everyone would want to be doing foster to adopt, but everyone was like, oh no, I couldn't do that, and I just, it just seems like the obvious thing to do, because I know that there are circumstances where they go back and it would have been really difficult, but if you know that that's the best for the child, or even if you possibly think that it's not quite the best for the child, you know that that's what you're signing up to, and you've done your best for the time that you've had them.